Huh, that's weird. Check it out. It's Michael's wheel. That's funny. It's usually on his car. Yeah, that's some. Yeah, yep. Those are usually also on his car as well. Usually, and you know, funny thing is, there's only one of those on this property, and that's usually on his car too. So, hey, buddy.
What's up?
What you doing?
So I heard a noise.
Yeah, I bet you did. I see.
So, I didn't realize that you were home already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a bit of something on your face there. Did things not go as planned?
So this started with a 10mm bolt, and
Yeah.
here we are.
Whew. So what we doing, Michael? Huh? What you got going on there?
We made an ugly gasket to take care of a huge vacuum leak that we just found in the throttle body.
Yeah, I want to crank her up.
This one right here, we got a bad throttle body.
So as you can see, my finger is like right there. Can you see it? Yep, there it is. My finger. You can barely see it. Yeah, look, there it is. Yeah. So that was open, and so
We took some Felpro gasket material and just made a quick gasket for it, and
just sealed it up completely.
yep.
I mean, it's still, all you have to do is just remove that, and it's completely reusable if we ever decide to, which we won't. Some of y'all may be wondering why we're not using it, because the Fuel Tech uses many ways of doing the idle, and we're going to do it by timing and see how that works. And so now he gets to have fun putting this back in.
Yeah.
Okay, so currently got her idling, and so that was the issue right there that we talked about. So it lowered the idle by like 1,000 RPM almost. Y'all remember when it started up, it was just like ah. So yeah, that was the whole thing, but you know, whatever. But yes, it sounds not too bad. I mean, the exhaust isn't smoking anymore. She sounds really good. Oh man, before we die in here, I gotta open up this garage door. Oh. Woo! Woo! Damn. My eyeballs are starting to melt.
I got a good analog for him.
Yeah, it was really rich. So,
Yeah.
it says 14.2 right now, but don't let that fool you. That is just,
That's after a bunch of fresh air got sucked in.
yeah. But, I mean, the idling is so much better now. That is so much better.
We should have fixed a long time ago.
Yeah, well, we didn't think about it, you know? It was just like we were sitting here and all of a sudden it was like, you know, I wonder if that idle control valve is actually just allowing air. Just look, it's a big old opening right there. See that? Yeah, it was just letting all that air in, and then we had this one off, and then we've realized that we needed to run our map sensor also over here to the actual manifold, so we're actually getting the right stuff there. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, that's a win right there. We've been talking with Nathaniel over at Fuel Tech, and he's been helping us out immensely. Unfortunately, he's been battling with us. We built this engine, and we're finding things that we've done wrong. Like the battery was a thing for a little bit there at first, and then there was this, and so now we have a good log for him to look at that doesn't have a huge vacuum leak or air leak, unmetered. Well, not really unmetered air, because it's just it was causing the idle to be just ridiculously high.
We'll admit to it. We found it. We'll send him a new map.
Yeah. So I mean the map right there, that one that he sent, it seems to be working fine. It just needs.
It does good for startup. But we need to get
Yeah.
it so that it'll actually drive now.
Yeah, and there's other issues that we're having issues. We may have to bleed that because it's just not actuating. The slave cylinder is just not actuating the fork as well as we'd like it to. It's supposed to have a breakover point, and it's just not reaching that point.
It's not even moving the clutch disc.
Yeah, and it's just not allowing it to shift into gear.
Take it back apart and make sure we got it all lined up correct.
Which we should be able to pull. Since it's a nice manual transmission, we support the engine and just we got enough space over here. We should be able to get this thing out and all that good stuff. We might have to lean the motor down just a touch, but we'll figure all that out. And then again, we're gonna try bleeding that first.
Actually, let's open this garage door the rest of the way.
You're gonna put it into a gear and
Yep.
see if it'll like.
And see if I can
Yeah.
line it up with the Toyota.
Oh yeah. So for those of y'all wondering,
We're about to do something you're not supposed to do.
yeah, hang on. Yeah, the Toyota, it didn't like to engage the clutch and whatnot, and then he just kind of like put it into a gear and just went. And he's been wanting to see if this thing would move. And honestly, I've been kind of wondering too. Yeah, that'll be fine.
I'm just gonna bump it.
Did you clutch in? Well, it didn't go anywhere. You got it in reverse or forward?
That might be part of the problem.
What? It started to move. It wants to go as soon as you're trying to start it up though, so it's trying to turn the motor and it turns at the same time.
Now I've got it stuck in gear. Yeah, something's not happy in there.
It's just not engaging it properly. I mean,
Take it apart and redo it.
Yeah, we'll take all that
Take
stuff
an
off.
hour to pull this motor if we had to do everything.
Yeah, if we had to. Hopefully we don't, but if it comes, push comes to shove, we can do it easily.
Now we can get
So,
RTP.
let's talk
I
about.
just forgot to do it.
Yeah. So we didn't actually really know. I mean, this is the first K24 we've ever dealt with, but apparently you're supposed to put RTV silicone across this little spot right here because
for the girdle.
yeah, and we didn't realize that. So we're gonna take care of that right now. And then because we were sitting there trying to figure out why it had such a high idle, and we do that typical thing where you spray starter fluid all over the place and
Carb cleaner, starter
Yeah.
fluid, something that burns.
yeah, and so he sprayed it in this area and it just started to die because it's ether, you know.
Then we
so-
took a little bit of silicone and wiped it over it, and it started getting better and better.
Yeah, the idle dropped drastically, like 300 RPM. So, yeah, that's why that's one of the reasons why she's out. The other part is the transmission was making a squealing noise and it was not engaging.
So we're gonna figure that out while we got it out too.
Yeah, because that did go. It did bolt up to a K24, so it's not an issue of whether or not it would bolt up to this transmission. It's just
It's actually made for this specific
Yeah.
K24.
so. Yeah, we're gonna see what the deal is there, but yeah.
Yep. So
Wasn't too hard.
figure it out.
And yeah, he's also gonna paint the transmission because,
Yeah. It looks bad.
and then
We're gonna clean up the inside of Sharky and make her look pretty again.
yeah. Well, so Michael, I'll let you explain what this is.
I think I found why it sounds like it's got a cam in it. So the timing marks as close as I can get them to line up are up here when they should be closer to the center line. And that gold tooth should be riding over that dot when we're at top dead center. Might be.
Yeah.
So we got a leak fixed. We're gonna take it all back apart on the front end and we're gonna put it back in time.
Yep. So it makes sense why things weren't working right. So
Yeah, that's our fault.
Yep. So. Ooh. great. Part of that was making sure we set the timing over there, which is one thing you always want to do. And we probably could drive her around, except for, you know.
Yeah, except for one thing.
Except for one. I'm going to let him show you what the deal is. Yeah, it's
kind of irritating.
Yeah, it's a setback, but we're going to get it taken care of. So here you go. You can.
You can hold. I can just point.
Okay, cool.
So if you look down here, right there, that part of the axle is supposed to be in the other part of the axle.
Yeah.
I was backing it out because I wanted to give it a wash, and yeah, she didn't back out. I had to push it.
It like immediately. As soon as it went in gear.
Yeah, as soon as I put it in gear, it popped out.
So we're gonna contact Insane Chefs, and you know, hey,
we'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah, see if
it's been 4 or 5 months since I purchased them, so
yeah. And they didn't. We never drove on. This is like literally as soon as we put them in gear, it popped out, and it felt like it was kind of possibly a little too short to begin with because it was kind of a chore to get it in place. So it's possible that it was already too short, and you know, hey, we're gonna contact them. We're gonna measure it too, and everything like that. And we'll show you that.
Take you through that process, and we'll let you know what happens and what we end up doing.
Yeah, and if we have to, we'll go through Drive Shaft Shop or somebody. Yeah, we'll see what we got to do because the other side's fine. Worked
Hopefully
great.
Insane will work with us and do good because I've already got the sticker on the back. So
yeah. I mean, I have hopes that they will.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah. So we're gonna pull all this off and check it out, and that's all gonna be in the next video.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Peace.